This is a Headgum original.
Alfred, have you heard this show before?
I think I listened to the first half of an app like a month ago.
Why?
It wasn't for me.
Right.
I wanted to see what it was about, but then I realized it wasn't for me.
Then why are
It
you...
looks like you're in a spotlight, Jeff. The lighting's impeccable.
Well, let's
You
all
look
hang
great.
on a second. No, you don't have to say
look
that.
great, man.
I know you don't mean it. I
do
look
mean it. You
disheveled.
look
I haven't
really
showered
good.
in a year.
It works for you.
We've got Marika Brownlee on the sax. You've got Reilly Anspaugh on the fax. We've got Alfred Bardwell-Evans bringing up the rear. I'm so excited to have Reilly and Marika on.
What the fuck? I'm just mad. I'm jealous because I showered about an hour ago and I look like shit.
I was telling Daniel before I came on, I'm like, he's like, has Alfred ever been on the pod? I'm like, no. And Jeff's going to go hog wild because this is kind of Jeff's domain and Alf doesn't know what he's getting into.
I know.
Welcome
I am
to
slightly
Marika's
nervous.
world.
I mean, it kind of is. It's just
It
like
is.
you antagonizing me on a daily basis or a weekly basis.
Listen, Alfred said, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if Grace is going to mix it so you can hear it over the theme song, but that you listened to half an episode and decided this show wasn't for you.
Yeah.
It's
I have
not
to
for
ask-
me either.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's
Same.
for anyone.
It's not for anybody.
No. Do people listen?
I don't even like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's popular though enough.
Popular.
I'm going to
gonna-
close the door of our guest bathroom.
Definitely.
because
Sure.
I
You
don't
should
want
try it. Yeah.
You know.
I was in a Walgreens this morning and they were playing Because I Knew You.
Okay.
No,
Wicked.
for good.
For good. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's the one.
I'm back.
Awful.
I'm back.
I just had to get that out before Riley put her headphones
What
back
did
on.
you
Otherwise,
say?
it was going to be the only thing we could
What
talk
did you
about.
say?
I said I was in a Walgreens and they were playing For Good. And it was really jarring.
I heard it said that you were going in your life.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So is
None
it a
of us are on the
game
same
show
page.
or
None of us are on the same page. Actually,
is this like a game show? I can't remember the episode I half listened
in a
to.
way, in a way.
this is
Okay.
the elevator pitch I just wrote down yesterday. Are you ready?
Seems
For
like
this
the
show?
appropriate time.
Yeah, because nobody knows what this show is, including me. So here's what me attempting to write it down into a
I
paragraph.
like that.
It's 1 second actually.
Sorry.
Yes, that's apology accepted. It's fine. Don't worry. Just don't let it happen.
This
again.
is.
It's 45 minutes of chaotic pop culture discussion, mean-spirited games
Oh.
and quizzes, and gotcha journalism. It's ostensibly Between Two Ferns meets Taskmaster.
I
Have
think
you
that is
and
spot on.
just to check in, have you still not watched an episode of Taskmaster?
Never in my life. I've
Yeah.
watched a clip.
So good. So good.
Oh, you like Taskmaster, but you don't like this?
Yeah, it's great.
I've never seen Taskmaster.
Oh, season 7. That's where I'd start. Really good.
Oh, episode 139. It's pretty good.
Of this show.
Of
yeah.
this show. And
Yeah.
it's in spite
no way.
of one of the guests.
No, there's
It's
a lot
because
of
of
episodes.
two of the guests, and it's in
way
spite
you'd
of
make
one of the
that
guests.
many. I would have heard about it if you'd made that many.
How's your mental health, Jeff, after 139 episodes of doing this show?
Compared to episode 1,
Yes.
night and day bad.
Okay.
It was unbelievably positive
Which?
going into the shit. What's
Oh.
that?
Yeah.
I 2020, mid 2020 when we
It
started.
was like peak pandemic. No one knew what was going on. We were all inside. No vax in sight.
And I'd never been happier.
And you were happier than you are now.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Let's get this elephant in the room. Alfred Bardwell-Evans
What the
on
fuck
the pod.
did you just call me?
No, the elephant in the room is that you're wearing.
Let's get this elephant in the room. Fuck you, asshole.
The elephant in the room is that you're wearing a hoodie that bears your name.
Yeah, I
It's
am.
not a good look. I'm sorry.
Was a friend of mine's father's, and he gave it to me as a gift because it's my name. I also have 2 pint glasses and a lunchbox
Let's say Alfred.
that say Alfred University
Oh.
men's soccer on them.
I thought you just meant you had 2 pint
I
glasses.
thought you had 2 pints of
That's
Bass
your
Ale.
name.
That's a
By
full
the way,
exhaustive list of
I have a
every possession I
lunchbox.
have.
Yeah.
all right, with you or
Not necessarily.
right? That's what I was reading
Yeah.
about. Marika,
So you said there was a lot to get to, or
only if I can get a word in edgewise, Alfred.
you're the
No, this
host,
is
man.
good.
Fuck.
This is
I
good.
love
Keep it up.
this. Yeah, this is great.
Me. You were addressing me earlier.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take over? Or?
Wouldn't be the first time. Oh,
Am I right? Come on,
That's
fucking hell, he's drowning.
Let's talk
on
about
me.
that. How has the transition been for y'all? This has
Better
been
than ever.
3 episodes
It's a
in
blast.
or 4
Better
episodes
than
in?
ever.
It's been hilarious. I think
The
it's better
show
than when I was
before
on.
was like it's night and day. It's like your mental health.
Night and day.
It's like at
Night
first
and
I was
day.
like, oh, what's the point? And now I'm like, oh, that's the point.
It's the thing that's most interesting to me is the guests who are frankly begging to come on wouldn't have come within 10th of the show.
Everyone's coming out of the woodwork.
Pre-January.
Now that Jeff's gone, they're like, oh yeah, now I'll guest.
Yeah.
Now I'll guest.
Yeah, and you guys have been BCCing me on that, I guess bragging. I never thought
Yeah.
Al Roker would express interest.
Right
Well, like
after
anybody.
he recovered too.
Yeah, it's like the
Huge.
first thing he wants to do back
Mhm.
in the spotlight.
Tell his story,
Yeah.
What's that?
Wrong avenue, I think, to tell the story.
Tell the story through long form improvisational
We
comedy.
could do like
Fun
weather
fact.
channels or something.
I saw Al Roker in Waitress the musical.
Was he the old man?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
What about Alf
Take it from an
Roker?
old man. Alf, you're breaking up.
I didn't say shit.
You're grainy and like.
I'm not talking.
Oh.
I think that's just like interference or whatever. I actually haven't said anything for a while.
Jeff,
Maybe
you were addressing
contribute then.
Marika. I want to hear what you were going to say.
Oh, I said, what about Alf Roker?
No,
And nobody
not
said
Before
anything.
that.
Earlier,
We
you
were
were
trying to
Marika.
get past that.
We were trying to move past that.
Yeah.
Marika, how's your 2023? I saw you on New Year's Day. We got dinner
Mm-hmm.
in
That's
New York
true.
City, and I was wondering like how things been going in the last 23 days.
There
Sounded
have been
up.
ups, there have been downs.
We also saw Marika at the Headgum happy hour.
Yeah, I saw you.
That's true, but
a
like
week ago.
launching into the year, I
Got
saw
it.
her mug
Mhm.
Good
over
cover.
a pint of. Sorry,
Well,
I don't know if yeah.
we did have drinks, but we had
Drinks, ultimately.
mine was in a snowman shaped
shaped
mug,
Ooh.
Yeah.
which is
fun.
pretty cool. And
Let him
Jeff did
talk.
pay for it,
That's nice.
which is all I can really ask for.
That's cool, yeah.
So for
Jeff,
that,
shut the fuck up.
for
You
that
asked
I'd
Marika how she
say
is.
right.
So
Holy
Jeff paid
shit.
for the drink. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paid for the
I
drink.
did a
So
nice thing.
and yeah, you did a nice thing, and in that way, my year started fine.
Fine.
Jeff, shut the fuck up.
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm really uncomfortable right now.
yeah.
Is this what it's
You're
all
That'll
about?
be
Sorry,
that'll
the year
be for the
started good.
next 45 minutes. You'll be uncomfortable. Um,
I'm not. This is like the vibe of the show is supposed to be joy and wisdom.
Jeff, we're
It's
about
never-
a quarter away through this thing. How do you think it's going?
It's going. I mean, people are gonna love it, but I'm having a bad time.
What would make you have a good time?
I don't know. Like, getting to some of the material that I fucking painstakingly outlined. Right.
Okay, what's
well,
the
you
game?
you
Give us the
asked
game.
me
No,
how
it's-
my year has
we're
been
waxing
going, so
about it, and I
doubt-
wanna hear
Right,
about it.
It's
So
the
you st-
wax portion.
I bought you a
Right.
drink on New Year's Day Eve, and you said it
Yes.
was fine.
Yeah, I said my year started off fine. What else do you want?
I
If
thought it was a
that's
fun
the
dinner.
high point
I thought it
of
was
your
a fun
year,
dinner.
It was a fun dinner. It was. I'm just saying that, the day overall was okay.
Reilly and Alfred, what did you guys do on New Year's Eve?
I went to the ER.
What happened?
But then I'm fine and I partied with Daniel's family. I thought I had a blood clot in my leg.
But did
Why-
you?
Why did you think you had a blood clot? in your
Because I
leg?
felt a kind of pain like in my thigh that I've never felt before. And it was getting worse and worse. And Daniel and I were Googling and I'm like, it might be a blood clot. And we went to the ER, which was very open. Not a lot of people there at 7 p.m. on New Year's Eve in Evanston, Illinois. And
Nice.
they were like, it's not a blood clot, take an aspirin. And I remember I was in, and I'm like, hey, so obviously my health comes first. This is not a big deal, but if I'm going to a party and if I wanted to, no, it doesn't matter. And they're like, you want to know if you can have a drink with aspirin? I'm like, yeah, but obviously health is the priority. And they're like, I'll ask the doctor. And I'm like, stupid. And then they're like, the doctor says, take an aspirin and have a drink. It's New Year's. And I'm like, okay.
The doctor tried to kill you.
Doctor's orders.
Do you guys have a BetterHelp sponsorship on this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be fitting if you want to put it
You
in
want to
there.
go to the break right now?
Just that hypochondria, I think, was pretty cute.
Acute or cute?
I'm cute.
Yeah.
Acute, as
I
in
heard
like
that you
noticeable,
were saying it was
specific.
Al thinks I'm cute.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's what I
Can we
heard.
play the game? Can we play the game or whatever,
Alf, what
Jeff?
did you do on New Year's Eve?
I stayed up all night going to the different ERs and lying about having
Shut
a blood
the fuck
clot.
up. All right, Jeff, play the game, whatever the hell.
Well, he didn't actually give a straight answer. You can't
Okay,
just
I was with
wear
my
a
family.
sweatshirt with your namesake on it and then avoid questions on honestly a talk show. Reilly's been coming at me, but she's been answering the questions. You've been
Okay.
doing neither.
If you let me speak, I can give you an honest answer. Would you like to hear?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was with my family and we played a board game
Worse.
until about 11:45, at which point I turned on Dick Clark's Rocking New Year's Eve on the television,
Wrong title.
and we watched the last 15 minutes of that. The ball went down.
That's not. The
I had a glass of non-alcoholic Chardonnay
Disgusting.
in a champagne flute.
That's grape juice,
Yeah.
to be clear.
No, it was worse. It tasted really like big ass. And then I was in bed by a tidy 12:15.
That's beautiful. Can I ask what board game you played?
Wingspan.
I don't know what that
Is that a board
Never
game,
heard
or
of
do
that.
you just stretch out your arms and see who has the longest one?
Well, I would win that game as I won Wingspan. It's
Guys,
a
wanna
game
play
about
Wingspan?
birding.
Alfred, you have to relax your shoulders and entire body because your head is moving laxly, but the rest of your body looks stiff as a board. I don't know what I've done to not foster camaraderie, joy, wisdom, and litheness. Yeah, there you go.
The first shit you did when I got on the call was start criticizing stuff.
Bond of the week. My
Can I
bond of
go
the week.
first?
I have to go first. My bond of the fine, Marika, go. Every week, Marika keeps going. Can I go first?
That's not true at all.
The past 2 weeks, you've said, "Can I go first?"
It's probably because you took so long to get into the segment.
Okay. Who is your bond of the week?
Joey King.
Oh,
Nice.
great Bond of the week.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah. She did us all a service. And at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for. And I think she'd be a great Bond.
Well,
I
here's
love that.
my thing is that I don't think she actually hooked up with him
You
Pourquoi
know,
no?
because there's like no evidence. People just decided they thought that they
Interesting.
hooked up because they were just doing a press tour and then they were like, "Oh, they fucked." I'm like, I don't know if they did.
Alf,
Why
are
do
you
you think
Googling
that?
Joey King right now to figure out what what
I can see.
Here's the thing. I have a question, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead.
All
Go ahead.
right, what?
Do you ever explain segments on the show, or just dive fucking in as if everyone in the audience has heard the show
That.
before?
that.
Bond of the week is okay. So Daniel
No,
Craig is
it's
out
that.
as Bond, and so every week until the next 007 is cast, we're lobbing up our pick for the next James. So who would you cast as the next James Bond?
That was
I
a
have one
really
unless
good
you wanna go,
elevator
Jeff.
pitch. Why didn't you could just slot that in so
Reilly, go
naturally?
because you're ready, and then Alfred, give Reilly the floor.
Taron Egerton.
Okay.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
When
one-
did you
He's gotta
watch
lose some
Rocket
weight, but
Man
yeah.
recently?
I didn't watch it recently. I've just been thinking about it a lot in
Yeah,
the
of
Elvis
course.
and Austin Butler discourse because it's just
Yeah.
like, where are Taron Egerton's flowers? He made the best music biopic in a really long time. And
Yeah.
yes, Jeffrey.
What about Todger Edgerton?
Like cock? Like the British slang term for cock? Todger? Is that the joke that you're making?
Have you been?
It's like-
yeah, forget it.
It's like in the Harry,
Oh,
yeah.
Harry
hell.
book.
Thank
I
you.
put it on my
Reilly.
todger.
Thank you, Reilly.
Ugh.
My penis was oscillating between freezing cold and burning hot.
And then he gets mad on Colbert for him bringing it up. You wrote
Reminded
it.
me of my mother.
I'm fucking sorry, Harry. Your mom's dead, by the way, so don't invoke her when talking about your. I'm sorry, Alfred, but for lack of a better term, thang.
Alf, who's your bond?
Apologizing to me. My bond, I guess, is Tom Hanks in A Man Called Otto.
So Tom Hanks as Otto as Bond.
Otto from A Man Called Otto, as played by Tom Hanks.
Can you say Bond? The name's Bond, James Bond, in as doing an impression of that?
Sure, Tom Hanks famously easy to impression, such a distinct voice. Grumpy. Name's Bond, James Bond.
That was really bad.
Have you seen it? Have you seen A Man Called Otto?
I haven't, but that doesn't sound
Shut
like
the
Okay,
fuck
well
up,
then you
then.
haven't seen it.
Have you seen the
Shut the
commercial?
fuck up.
No.
So then you wouldn't know.
It just doesn't sound like Tom
It
Hanks.
could
You
be
guys have seen it.
amazing.
Did you think it was good?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I've watched the trailer.
Did it
We've
sound
seen
like
the
him?
trailer.
There's no
yeah,
way.
It
kind
could've.
of. It
Marika.
Thank you,
could've.
Marika. Thank you.
This is
Kind
so
of.
fucked
He's a
up.
grumpy. He's right. He went grumpy, and that's the
He
move.
went grumpy.
Tom went grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
My
You know,
bond of the
Tom
week.
Hanks- Whatever, man.
Tom Hanks what?
I was just gonna say he doesn't sound the same in every movie. Okay, Elvis. That was a choice. So you don't know that he doesn't have an accent or a funny voice in Man Called Otto, do you?
You will be famous, my boy.
Jeff, did you see Elvis?
Bond.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, I know.
And you know it's a pop culture show, is it?
Who's your bond, James?
My bond of the week is-
genuinely. I was just gonna say, when he said it was a pop culture show, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
We bring up pop culture stuff. I don't know
bring it up.
everything.
You don't know it, but you bring it up.
Bring it up. And I try to bring stuff up and you shut it down. Is kind of how it works a lot of the time.
Who's your bond? There it is.
Took a while to find that one, eh?
My bond of the week is Alfred Bardwell-Evans.
Oh.
Alfred Bardwell-Evans.
That's really
Cheers.
good because, sorry, but Aaron Taylor Johnson's not the only white guy with 3 names. Who says no?
What?
Alf, would you like to play Bond?
Sure. Fat paycheck, I'm sure.
That's the
That's
reason.
why. What would your
Frankly,
you do like
where I'm
could you do like martini shaken not stirred like as Bond like earnestly?
Well, I don't
I gotta
drink.
say, Reilly just saying that straight was actually pretty good.
No, but like do it like you're as Bond like as earnestly
Okay.
as you can.
okay, I can do that.
Cameras rolling, crowd on set, sound speeds, camera speeds, and action.
Barkeep.
Already bad.
Top of the morning, my man.
Drinking in the morning.
I fancy a
9 a.m.
breakfast martini.
It's just martinis.
Almost
There's no such thing.
Scottish.
Shaken. Not stirred.
Oh, kind of cheeky.
You redeemed it at the end.
Not stirred.
You added a
about
bunch
you,
of
Jeff?
details though that just aren't relevant to
Breakfast
the
martini.
scene, to the movie. Raise a lot of concerns for James doing his job as a spy.
Why do you think I should be Bond?
He's bad at his job. Let's
I
all be
said why you
clear.
should be Bond. You're a white guy with 3 names.
That's a pretty good reason. That's fair.
I'll take it.
I don't agree with a lot of the shit you say, but that's a pretty good reason.
We do have to move on to news of the day. Oh fuck! I
Thank
opened the wrong
God.
app. Thank God. Why doesn't anybody ever try to enjoy this show?
I'm having a blast.
I genuinely try every time.
Okay. Well,
I have a great time every time I come on.
M&M's
Oh.
announced that Maya Rudolph is the new face of the company after an indefinite pause hit the classic Spokes candies. What do you guys think of the?
What?
Yes, did you not see this? I saw that this morning. Yeah.
Do you want me to
We're
read the
taking a
official
hiatus.
thing?
Yes, please
Yes,
do.
please.
All right. So obviously there's a ton of backlash to the highly sexualized green M&M or something. So here is the.
They just changed her shoes. That's all that
Yeah.
That's
happened.
all they did.
Yeah.
And then like a bunch of Republicans were like, M&M's went woke.
Well, I
And
don't
I'm
want
like,
to fuck her anymore.
Did you
She's
before?
wearing
What happened?
shoes.
If she's not in heels, I don't want to tap that thing.
And that, anyway. I was going to say forget it. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved Spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted, since we're all about bringing people together.
Even a candy's shoe.
Therefore, we've decided to take an indefinite pause from the Spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels like they belong.
You know what my first thought was?
Not everyone can agree on Rudolph?
No, my first thought was what is going to happen to the commercial before AMC movies where it's the M&Ms as spies and they're like I don't remember the actual joke of this commercial that I've seen a million times.
I remember like the Christmas one where
The Christmas
they find
one.
Santa.
Yes.
There's
Do you want to
like-
be the peanut M&M and I'll be Santa? Do a little reenactment?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't really
you
remember what they say.
Well, so fuck it. Never mind. I'll do
Alright.
both.
Jeff.
The peanut M&M goes so they like run into Santa, like he's like about to eat the cookies, and the peanut M&M goes, he's real. And then Santa goes, they're real.
My question was, who's better than Maya?
M&M? Be funny, right?
Sorry, everything just stopped for me. So it wasn't that I wasn't laughing. It was just, it said, your internet connection's unstable, which I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
That's
I
just
disagree.
my poison infiltrating fiber.
I disagree. Oh, Jeff, are you taking a little nap?
Yeah.
Well, the sun was in my eyes, which at first was good lighting, but it was starting to get hot and harsh. LeBron James is an
Jake and Collier for
estimated
afternoon.
9 games away from breaking the NBA's all-time scoring record, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What record do you guys think you could actually break? Because I think I could swim around the world in 80 laps.
Do you actually?
In 80 laps?
Yeah,
Laps
like,
of what?
what do you mean? Alfred?
Swim.
Do you mean like
Swim.
strokes?
Yeah, freestyle, ideally. If I get tired, a little bit of breast. Ass. 80 laps of a meter length, whatever, 100 meter length Olympic swimming pool. I think I could make it across the whole damn ocean.
I think I could genuinely break a record for how many lemon spin drifts consumed in a lifetime.
In a lifetime? So you want to
Mhm.
earn it as you die.
Mm-hmm.
A posthumous Guinness
Mhm.
World Record.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That one I could genuinely break, I think.
That's I don't doubt you could do that. Alfred, Marika? Pretty
I'm
interested
gonna
in
go
Marika.
clementines eaten in a single day.
Ooh.
So what?
What number do you think it would be?
I mean, I feel like an order. Well, I think that like no one's set this record.
Safe.
It's not. I feel like no one set the record. Like it's not officially on the books. So I feel like I could start low, and if someone tried to beat me, then I'd have to go like nonstop eating clementines for the whole day. But
So
I
you
think
you could do like 12 and that would be fine for
yeah,
now.
yeah, I think so. And I would, and I
You
have.
won't get scurvy.
It's true.
I will say that Reilly and I shot a web series pilot years ago that never aired. And I had to eat a bunch of kumquats.
Oh, yeah.
I love
And,
kumquats, and I've
like,
also done that.
I had so many, and I just
You got sick.
I had some some digestive issues, obviously.
Yeah.
So just be careful with the clementines, Brownlee.
Well,
Alfred, what record?
remember when remember when my mom sent me grapes in the mail?
Yeah,
this year
grapes in a
she-
box.
Yeah, this year she sent me kumquats, but I did ask for them this time, and
That's
they
very nice.
arrived. They arrived in good condition
And in
Um,
good faith.
and I did eat almost all of them. It was a lot of the kumquats.
Alfred, what record do you think you could actually realistically
Alfred looks
break?
so bored.
Least amount of fun had on a podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ex's Sean Penn and Robin Wright seen in Los Angeles spending more time together. The pair were married from 1996 to 2010. What's going on, guys? Do you think they're back together, or what's that?
Yeah, maybe they're back together.
I auditioned for a movie that Robin Wright was directing, and I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Call back?
Nope.
That sucks.
Next time. Better luck.
Yep.
I watched a movie starring Robin Wright and Colin Farrell, directed by Michael Mayer, who directed Spring Awakening, American Idiot, bunch of great stuff. Changed my life. It's a great film. I recommend.
By the way, this is how Marika brings up pop culture. So it's like, how are you supposed to respond to that? Like, the only thing you can say is, oh, cool.
No, I could talk. I love Spring Awakening.
Yeah. Are you gonna try and see Jonathan Groff in Reilly when it transfers to
She already
Broadway?
saw it.
You
I
saw
saw
it?
it.
Oh, I'm so
know.
jealous.
I
Was it
won
as
the
good as I
lottery.
wanted to be?
It was pretty good. It was, yeah. I had a good time.
Do you think it's
I've
gonna
never
last?
seen. I do think it's gonna last. I think it has such a big draw right now.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
building up so much hype that I do think it's gonna last. I think. I mean, I assume all of them are transferring, but
I think they are all scheduled to transfer. I think
Yeah.
my guess would be that Daniel goes first.
yeah. But he's
That
so good in it.
Oh, I bet. My
His
favorite
Franklin
Sondheim
Shepherd Inc.
musical. If you can believe.
I can believe, and I don't know you, but I can believe.
Definitely.
Money? No, I like money a lot. I mean, it's better than not. I love that show, man. It's so good.
Reilly, what's
I can't
your
wait for
favorite
the
Sondheim
movie.
musical?
Oh, that's a great question, Marika.
And I would also love to talk the Reilly movie.
I think my favorite part about what's happening right now is that Geoff knows nothing.
That's why I'm trying to keep it. And we know Jeff's favorite Sondheim musical is Saturday Night, so we can move on from that. We don't have to ask him. Reilly,
I think
go.
mine is A Little Night Music and Into the Woods. Like you gotta be both of those.
Nice. I
But
haven't seen a
love me
production
some
of A Little
Night
Night.
Music.
I haven't seen a production of A Little Night Music, but I did watch a filmed version.
A film like a film adaptation or a stage like the performance that had been filmed.
I really think it was just a movie, like not a stage.
Was there any actors of note in there, or was it unknowns?
Let me see. It's like one of the older films. It's from 1973.
Oh wow! So sort of contemporaneous to the.
Starring Elizabeth Taylor,
Broadway.
Diana Rigg.
Wow.
Oh wow! I
Yeah.
got
Geoff,
it.
you ever
Yeah.
sure that?
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that one, Diana Rigg? Yeah. God.
For sure. My favorite
TJ
is
Holmes.
Assassins.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
god!
I love Assassins.
TJ Holmes can't stop grinning amid affair allegations. This was him yesterday.
He's holding two phones.
That is true. One per one per affair.
Yeah.
And you know what? We had a Genie Moose thing, but I'm gonna cut it. We don't need to watch another one of those. We do have to take a break though. Und wir back. We do have to do it. What's that?
No one said anything.
Okay.
We could talk more about
Did you want someone to
Sondheim
comment
if
on
you
the
like.
fact that you did a German accent?
I was gonna start the clock on Marika's druthers. So it is time for Marika's druthers, meaning you can keep talking about what you were just talking about.
Well,
I had
actually-
this scripted.
That reminds me that at one point I asked you what that sound clip was from because I was spiraling down a thing where like I was listening to the Sondheim musical, The Frogs.
I love the Frogs.
And the overture is like a fanfare that I recognized and I couldn't figure out where it was from. And I thought maybe it was from this. It wasn't, but it was from Comedy Bang Bang, which really upset me.
Marika, do you remember in Smash when I forget who in the show Christian Borle was dating, but they were like, "Who's your favorite Sondheim music? What's your favorite Sondheim musical?" And Christian Borle, I'll never forget. He's like, "The Frogs." And I'm like, "What? No! What are you talking about?" He's like, "I know." Geoff, do you remember that?
Yeah. Did you watch Smash, Geoff?
Well, it's Marika's druthers, so I'm not really supposed to talk for these.
Oh, that's
7
great.
minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Alf, did you watch Smash?
I didn't. I think I would have enjoyed it, but I feel like now it's probably too late to really get much out of it. You
Never
think
too
it's
late.
worth the
Not
rewatch?
really.
You can go back.
Yeah, I feel like people are watching Glee now,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
concerning just for the culture. So I feel like you have a right to watch Smash if you want to.
Thank you for giving me that permission.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I loved Glee at the time. Were you guys
Yeah.
Gleeks?
seasons 1 and 2. Jesse St. James, an
Oh.
icon.
Pretty good.
The Warblers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Geoff,
Incredible.
sorry, is this boring you?
Yeah.
Thanks
Okay.
for being honest.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Did you guys watch any of the like Broadway web series that existed
What
back
do you
in the
mean?
day?
For
There was
Glee?
like I think
Or, like,
some
the
of them might have
backstage
been
videos or playbill videos.
some of them were connected to that, but there was like a series. So there's one called The Batteries Down, which was done by a bunch of Umish kids, like Andrew Keenan Bolger and Pasek and Paul like were involved, and it was like a musical web series. That one's iconic. A lot of great cameos there.
Jeff's such an Andrew Keenan Bolger head.
He loves the
Bolger.
yeah, he loves Andrew's blog,
Yeah.
for sure. Which is also a great
Marika,
watch
if
back in the
anyone
day.
comments on the YouTube video or the Reddit about what you're talking about, if anyone recognizes this as a piece of media, I'll give you $40. No one knows what you're talking about on this
Yeah.
Zoom or in the
I mean,
audience.
Yeah, I know. I've recently realized that a lot of songs that I took the time to memorize in like high school, early college that were like theater songs have the YouTube videos have like 1,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about that in retrospect to like this podcast gets 10,000 views
Right.
sometimes on videos, and I'm like, what are any of us doing really?
Yeah.
What,
It's
uh,
really upsetting.
What's your favorite, like, really obscure musical?
Well, my favorite musical is a musical called Lysistrata Jones, which isn't.
I don't know
it's, Yeah, it's
Geoff does.
Yeah.
Jeff was in it, I think.
Yeah.
Who did you play again?
Geoff, sing one of the songs.
It's like Los Estrata Jones in this Greco house. Positano pens made of linen now. It's like this like sort of coastal Italy thing.
Made of
He said
linen now.
Greco.
Well, you know.
I
Yeah.
think that was moving.
It
Made
was
of
moving.
linen now.
With a ton of pants.
There's 2.5
Lysistrata
minutes
Jones.
more of Marika's druthers, right? I'm trying to take a back seat, and you're not really
No,
filling
it's
the
fine.
space.
My God. Lysistrata Jones was about a college basketball team that hadn't won a game in 30 years. So all of the cheerleaders who naturally were dating all of the basketball players withheld sex until
Oh,
they
right,
won a
right.
game.
I actually do know about
As-
this.
Yeah. As in the play Lysistrata. It's great. Highly recommend.
Cool.
Yeah, it was on Broadway for 30-something days.
I love it. Is
Yeah,
there
classic.
an album on Spotify?
There is an
maybe?
album. It's really fun, like poppy songs. Yeah. Glory Days, one of my other favorite musicals, written by the guy that wrote this musical, which famously closed on its opening night on Broadway.
Hilarious.
You hate to see it.
Because of
Jeff-
COVID or no?
No, this was in 2008.
Got it. Financial
Just,
crisis.
yeah, low ticket sales for sure. Shouldn't have opened when it did, open late in the season
Mm.
in a bad venue. And it was a show about college boys that were going to college and facing the crisis of growing up. But I love it. If I saw it, I'd literally burst into tears. It's a great show.
59 seconds left.
What are your guys' favorite musicals that are obscure musicals?
My favorite year.
Do you want to give us a taste?
My favorite year. So
And everything is linen now.
no, that's less. Yeah.
I mean, and
34 seconds.
obviously you're wasting the 59 seconds, and I would have preferred to hear what Alfred or Reilly had to say.
Thank you. Reilly?
I'm trying to think what I've been listening to lately.
Right.
I've been getting back into Matilda because the movie was so
Sure.
good. The movie
So
was
good.
so good. I've been getting
Did
into
you know
Ride the
that-
Cyclone.
Oh, I saw
I
Ride
was
the
just saying, did you know
Cyclone.
that U.S. is the only country that didn't get a theatrical release of Matilda?
Matilda?
I did know that because
That's
I
a
was
shame.
very
UK
upset
and
about
Europe
it.
and stuff. They did a.
No. We ran out of time.
I saw Ride the Cyclone before Taylor Louderman left the show. I've also, I get that her song stuck in my head a lot. We can move on, but I had a great time.
Welcome to what should I even call this? Review.
Okay. Now I'm interested. Yeah.
Alf's like,
Shit.
now it's about me.
All right. I might be in this part. Give it to me. What's up?
You were gonna laugh at no matter what I said because you thought it would be funny to start getting on board at the last minute.
I feel like I've been a bad sport this whole time.
Yeah.
That's par for the course for this show. I think that was the approach. You weren't being a bad sport. You were just reacting appropriately to what you've been given.
This is
Yeah.
probably the worst show for you guys to do promo on because I feel like everyone who listens to Revue listens to this show and everybody who listens to this show listens to your guys' show. But at the same time, if anyone hasn't heard of it, do you guys want to soft pitch or hard pitch the show before we get into this segment?
If you haven't, if you're listening to this show and haven't listened to Revue, that might be possible. The show, I think, gets a lot more listeners than Revue does. So that's fine. Basically, we take any topic literally ever. Today we did Cafe Nero, which is going to be coming out soon. We've done Universal Studios Hollywood, Martinelli Sparkling Cider, anything. We read reviews of those things from the internet, and then we do long form improv based on those reviews.
It's a
Sometimes
great
with
idea.
guests. It's a great idea. I think Geoff might have short-term memory loss because Geoff was a co-host and we made the show together and he was up for
What?
three years. And then it was only this past year
36
that Geoff
months.
stepped down and Alfred stepped up. Alf wasn't the stepdad. He was the dad who stepped up.
I've never heard that before. No.
I love it.
Well, I mean, so I thought we could just do a mini review segment. But Marika, since you've never been a part of the show, I don't want to like trial by fire you here. So why don't we do Reilly, me, and Alfred will do the segment, and Marika, you can call the scene. How about that?
Great.
I'd love for you to not be involved in the improv.
Yeah. That's fair. And I think all of the audience would agree as well.
It's not even because Marika doesn't want to do it. Geoff just really doesn't want to do it. Oh my God.
Yeah, here we go.
So this, I thought it'd be fun to do a review of the show post my departure, post Alfred's arrival.
Were you listening to an old episode of the Headgum podcast?
No, I just haven't opened the Apple Podcast app in years.
All right.
I guess since May 14th, 2021. Here it is. 5 stars of review. This is on Apple Podcasts. This comes in from nickname KS already taken. Alfred, do you want to give them a nickname?
Sure. Is KS their initials? Is that
Reilly? What do you should facilitate this. I don't know how this works.
Kevin Slime.
there we go.
That's good.
Kevin Slime, 5 stars. Title is new host. Better than that other crooked old fart. Sorry, I didn't read this before we started recording.
So is this, it almost sounds like, oh, he's a crooked old fart, but he's better than the other crooked old fart.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm just kind of reeling because I didn't read the review.
You didn't read it before.
I just opened Apple Podcasts. just now.
Do you want to do the improv or no? Or do you wanna
Maybe
wait
if
till
you
the
guys
end?
start it and then I'll kind of like
We could
provide
find a
backline
different
support.
review.
That's the only one in the last 20 days. Okay, so
That
just
tracks actually.
you guys fucking start the scene, and once I calm down, I'll enter it. All right, I promise I won't
Okay.
enter it until I've calmed down.
Okay.
Honey, I know that my remarriage has been a big transition for you. It's like you're already at a tender age, you're 14, and I know that your dad leaving and me remarrying pretty quickly has been really hard, but I brought him over today. He's in the other room. He'll come in when he's ready, when you're ready, because it's about you. And I just wanted you guys to get to know each other a little bit. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to let me know anything before he comes in? Like any reservations, any boundaries you do want to talk about, don't want to talk about? You don't have to call him dad. I want to say that right now. You do not have to call him dad.
Can I? If I wanted to, though.
Of course you can. You should ask him that. I bet that he would love to hear that.
Maybe not today, but later.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. Want me to bring him in?
Yeah. I just want to say, I've really appreciated the time you and I have had together, though.
It's not going to end. You're still my son.
No, I
That's
know,
not
but I'm
gonna
just saying
stop.
it's been a particular vibe, and I've liked it. So.
Me too. And this will be a new chapter. So I'll bring him in. Jax, he's ready. Come say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris. I heard what you guys said through the wall, by the way. I'm not a crooked old fart. I know the door was closed and it was a little muffled, but that's what I heard.
Jax, we were joking. It was a joke. We were like, oh, he's just a crooked old fart. We're kidding. Weren't we, Chris?
Uh-huh.
Call me dad.
Okay.
You don't have to do it right now.
Call me dad.
Chris.
Oh, I
Unless I'm a
can do
crooked
it.
old fart and you don't want to call me a dad.
Jax, what
You know
are you
what?
doing?
I'm going to bring in somebody else that's a friend of mine, and they're going to tell you exactly who they are, and what their whole deal is, and it's going to change the scene. Parsi. Marika, that's you. Parsi, don't be shy. Come in here, tell us your
Who's
whole deal, and
Parsi?
change the scene entirely.
Parsi. I don't know anyone named Parsi before.
Jax, this is
Marika,
cool.
it's okay. Marika,
On
it's
so
okay.
many levels.
Parsi.
Jax, this is so cool.
This is not in the scene, Marika. It's
That's a
okay to
lot of
join the scene.
pressure
I know
to
what I
put
said
on
earlier, but you can
Parsi.
improvise in the scene with us.
That's
Parsi,
a
come
lot
here.
of pressure on Parsi.
Tell us your whole deal and make it funny as shit to change this whole deal. It's okay.
Hi, I'm Parsi.
Oh, who are you, Parsi? This is a really intimate meeting with my son and his new stepdad. And I wish I had some notice before you brought a friend over.
How did you
Jax.
get into our house?
How did you get into our house?
Honestly, I thought this was my house.
Marika, you're blowing it. This is why I didn't want you to be in the scene. This is not part of it.
Jax,
Now back to it. Parsi.
You're an
Why would you
asshole,
think
Jax.
this is your house? This is so clearly my girlfriend's house. And
wife? We just got married.
Well,
You're
you
his
never,
stepdad.
and by the way, you never stop dating your wife. Parsi, what's your entire deal? You have 15, Marika, you have 15 seconds to change the scene. Parsi, what's your whole thing? man.
Well, I mean, now I'm confused because I came here thinking that this was my
Thinking
house.
It was your house.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Right. Yeah.
It's on the same street.
Parsi,
Oh, we're
true or
neighbors.
false? From what you know about me and our relationship that you haven't really figured out what it is yet, would you describe me as a crooked old fart?
I don't know who you are, to be honest.
Really, Parsi? We thought he was with you. I fucking hate
I thought
this
he
guy.
was with you.
Mom,
Marika, you're still
I'm-
in charge of calling the scene, even though you're now suddenly
Yeah,
a part of
honey.
it.
What?
Mom, I don't want him to be dad anymore.
I
I don't want
know
him to
you
be
don't.
anything. Can
You don't want him to be
Parsi-
anything.
Can Parsi be my new dad? I really like Parsi.
You don't even know what Parsi's whole
no
deal
one
is.
knows. No one knows
You're
what
a real
Parsi's deal is.
POS, Jax. You know that?
Chris.
First
Christopher.
crooked old fart and now POS?
Christopher.
Yeah.
What is this?
Say you're sorry to Parsi and to
You're
Jax.
sorry. You're
Don't
sorry
be
to Parsi
like
and
that.
to
Don't
Geoff.
be like that.
No, actually, I accept that apology.
That was nothing. He was imitating me and being sort of a smartass about it.
Yeah, but I appreciated it.
Shut up, you rancid old so-and-so. I'm sick of your ass. Parsi,
Christopher.
Parsi, can we go? Can we get out of here? Go get a
Where the
milkshake or
hell are
something?
y'all gonna go? We didn't even get
Go
a
get a
glimpse into.
milkshake.
We didn't even get a glimpse into what Parsi's whole deal is.
Parsi's deal is that Parsi thinks that this is Parsi's house. Parsi doesn't know any of us, but now I guess Parsi is Chris's new stepdad. That's
Yeah.
Parsi's deal.
So are
we're gonna
you?
go.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get a milkshake. So you
And
can
you're
work
happy
out.
with this, Chris?
I'm still reeling off that apology. I mean, I really fucking appreciated that. Nobody's ever not only taken accountability and responsibility, but also delivered just the words "I'm sorry" without explanation and defensiveness. The only thing
You
I'm
done?
still kind of waiting, sitting here in limbo about is what Parsi's whole deal is. Because at a certain point, by the way, Marika, you should have said something like that to change the whole scene. And now we're back in it. Call me dad.
Wait, sorry. Can we pause the scene for a second? Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I should have said something like that.
Like you should have, because your assignment, which you obviously didn't understand, the assignment was to come in as Parsi,
right.
say what your whole deal was, and
She
change
did.
the whole scene.
She
yeah,
did.
I did say
She
my
actually
whole
did all
deal.
those
I
things.
did say my whole deal, and you told me that I had to call the scene, and we haven't hit a good point yet. We could have called
And-
it.
Okay.
We could have
She
called
did
it when
change
he
the whole
said,
thing because it was supposed to be like, oh, get to know your new stepdad, and now it's about who the fuck is Parsi and why does Parsi think this is their house?
and I was going to call it at, do you want to go get milkshakes? But then
But
it
then
kept
you
going.
kept going and then
Jeff
paused.
kept
the
I
scene.
going.
I didn't keep going. You kept
going.
going.
All right. Should we go back to the scene and
Alfred's
get to a
been
good edit
perfect.
point?
Yeah,
Thank
Alfred's perfect.
All right. Back to the scene.
I'm going to get strawberry.
And scene.
So, Reilly, Alfred, where can people find you? Where can they follow the show? Where can they listen to the
Oh
show? What's a
my
good episode to
God.
listen with?
Oh.
The floor is y'all's. Let's start with Reilly.
You can find me on Instagram at Reilly Anspaugh and on Twitter at Reilly Coyote. You can find the show on Instagram at Revue, on Reddit r/Revue. And we have a Discord channel under the Headgum Discord, Revue, come party. I think a really fun first app. Well, when's this one coming out?
This Friday.
This Friday. We just on this past Tuesday, the 24th, we have an episode with Shelby Wolstein, which is really fun. And I also think for the new, so you can listen to. There's a whole shit ton with me and Geoff.
Don't fucking
Um,
listen to those.
Don't. But
In fact, Marika, I've been meaning to ask you about this. Is there a way to get those taken down?
no.
Yeah.
I
can
don't
Guys,
want
you
that.
guys make money off of those now.
No. I would rather we just clean slate. You know what I mean? I think it's
Um,
confusing.
We
for
have
people.
one, just Alf and I, called Dice, which our editor, Daniel Ramos, did a pretty amazing sound design for a chase sequence, which is one of my favorite audio gags we've done. So Dice, if you want our first solo app. And we just had Tupperware with Shelby Wolstein.
Hell yeah. Alfred?
Yeah, and you can find me on Instagram .com at Alfred in it, INNIT.
Only the web browser.
Only the web browser. I think my
your ghost on the app.
My big plea, I guess, if we're doing plugs and pleas here at the end.
I know what you're gonna say, and it gets worse every time.
I know.
The more desperate you are about it, the least
I know,
but
happen. I need to say it. I know a lot of people who listen to this show used to listen to Revue. No, if you wouldn't mind writing some theme songs for Revue that have my name in them, because we're steadily working through the backlog of songs that are all about Geoff swinging ass. It's like
we recorded one today, and it was about your ass.
This is my impression of every Revue theme song. Geoff's ass, take me home to the ass I belong. That's literally every single fucking one. And all I'm asking you is that, people out there who've they have a draft. Yes, they have a draft saved in GarageBand of some fucking song about Geoff's ass. Just
Alfred's
go in,
ass,
take
I
out
belong.
Exactly.
It's 2
and
syllables.
Just put my name in. Just take my fucking name in there.
We had Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and it was like, can you see Geoff's ass in chords or something like that.
That's very funny to me.
But yeah, so write a theme song about my ass, why don't you?
Easy. Can you speak to it a little bit? How is your ass?
Never had any complaints. I mean, I think our asses are probably pretty comparable.
Don't you dare say that. Let's get a picture of your ass up on Twitter, and then we'll compare side by side.
I don't feel the need to, chase clout like that. I think I'm pretty content,
It's not me chasing clout, it's me running away from gout. Like, while I'm young, let's preserve my physical status in
You're trying to sort
photos.
of lock a time capsule of you having an ass.
If you got gout, your ankles would shatter.
Yeah, that's true.
Marika?
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at Marika Elon. And again, if you did watch The Battery's Down, a classic musical theater web series by Jake Wilson, please let me know so I can make $40. Thank you.
And it's at Jeffrey James on Instagram, at Jeff Boyardi on Twitter. We'll see you guys again next week. Reilly has a heart out in 2.5 minutes, so we're going to call it.
Candle?
Watch Jeff's showcase, CBS Diversity Showcase. It's so good.
Yeah, Paramount.com/showcase 2023 or -2023. And if you're a casting director, please give all 3 of us jobs. And I'm not going to say which 3, but it's definitely me, Reilly, and Marika for some reason. I think this improv scene was sort of a calling card. But this whole show was Daz. We'll see you guys again next week, I hope.
That was a Headgum original.